Lexington resident and author Lisa Noveline has written a new children's book, Piccadilly and the Fairy Polka, the story of one young girl's magical adventure.
Piccadilly is the main character, and she has a wonderful imagination, and she has a very, very rich fantasy life. She's extremely curious. She's very feisty. She's very creative, and her brother and her mother are very supportive to that, even though you can see them kind of laughing. Sometimes they don't know what she's doing, but they love it because she's doing what she does, and she's having a wonderful time, and they know it, and she's using her imagination, and it's beautiful. So my family's been hugely supportive. They support me, and that's awesome. And so everyone's been involved. I have 4 children, and I've taught children, and so the idea of helping children with creativity and cultivating those skills has just been with me for so long that it's just part of who I am now. And so it felt very natural. It didn't at all feel like I sat down and wanted to force a narrative or anything. It just sort of felt like, I think there's a little bit of an author in every book, and I think there's a lot of me in this book. So that afternoon, Piccadilly banged on her brother's door. "Come in," said Sam. She jumped into his lap and placed a paper crown upon his head. "Can we make cupcakes?" "Cupcakes?" asked Sam. "Fairies like cake," she said frankly. He smiled. "I don't think I can argue with that." Sam spent the rest of the afternoon helping Piccadilly bake cupcakes topped with icing and rainbow sprinkles. How magical they looked! "When do we get to eat them?" he asked. Piccadilly frowned. "They're for the fairies, remember?" "That seems like a lot of cake for little fairies." Piccadilly thought for a second. "You're right. The fairies would want us to each have one." "And Mum and Dad too?" Sam smiled. "Yes, Mum and Dad too." Sam set 4 aside and gave the rest to Piccadilly, who promptly headed out to the overgrown garden. Leaning into the circle, yet careful not to tread within it, she placed the cakes in its center. Sam watched her. "After all that hard work, you're giving them to Rufus? You're funny." Piccadilly frowned, handing him the empty plate. "Funny in a good way, Dilly, as in unexpected," he smiled.
Piccadilly and the Fairy Polka is available at bookstores and online today. For LexMedia, this is John Clark reporting.